Hi guys, welcome back to Chris Comics. And today I wanted to talk about Sandman from Netflix, the adaptation of the Neil Gaiman Sandman graphic novels. Now, I had my trepidations going into this because I really enjoyed the Sandman series. I've only read it twice, it's a while back now, but I do remember that the first 6 issues of that run, well, first 8 I think, are some of the best comics that Neil Gaiman's ever written, and they actually really adapted those comics very well in this series. That's like halfway through the first through the series, episodes 1 to 6 that I think adapt most of that, and that I really enjoyed, and I knew I would because the first 8 comics were very well written, and they're basically a full story. When Neil Gaiman wrote the story back then, he didn't think the series was going to be like super long, so he wrote it with like a kind of an end point in mind. But then because they were selling so well back then, DC at the time, and Karen Berger, who was the editor-in-chief and the publisher back then for DC Comics and Vertigo, said that he could keep going. So he said, okay, cool, awesome. So he would just keep going. And then as this series goes on, it does plot along, and he does whatever he wants, and writes stories that there's not like one big through line, but at the end it does get to a cohesive end at the end, and there's some nice storylines with Caesar and William Shakespeare and all that kind of stuff in it, because he explores a lot of different themes throughout. Now, the show, I've only watched up to 1 to 8 now, but I can see that there's 2 more episodes from this first season. So when I'm done with that, I'll give my final thoughts. But at the moment, I am enjoying the show. I do feel like after episode 6, it's kind of just meandering at the moment, but it does adapt stuff from the original comic book still. So I can't like knock it for that, because it's just adapting what came after the first 8 issues back then already. And there's still a lot more that they can adapt in future. But overall, the look of the show, the acting, the writing has been very good. But once again, the first 6 episodes I really enjoyed. And I did enjoy episode 6, I think, the most, with Death. And episode 4 was also very good. And episode 5, 24/7, was also very good. But episode 6 I really enjoyed with Dream having his friendship with this one character, and then that character, he meeting that character every 100 years on a specific day at the specific bar. I really enjoyed that, because he basically catches up with the guy. One year he's like, 100 years he's like doing very well, and then the next 100 years, the guy's suffering for like 80 of those years, and he's like homeless and destitute. And he meets Dream in the bar, and he's like, he still wants to live, because maybe he gets better after a while. And I really enjoyed seeing those interactions with the character, and that actually really endears you to Dream, because like he's trying to learn how people can live if they have like eternal life kind of thing. It's very cool. But yeah, overall, the visuals for this show has been amazing. Every time the CGI in this is much better. Like in my previous video when I'm talking about Prey, this is a TV show, and its visual effects are much better than Prey, and people are like going crazy for that movie. But the acting has been very good. I do feel like one of the actresses in episodes 7 and 8, who plays Rose, her acting is not the best. I don't think it's her fault. I think she's still new to this, and I can feel it's just a bit awkward, her acting. But everyone else is like top notch. Even the little child actors are very good in this film, or in this series. But yeah, so far I've only watched 1 to 8, and yeah, so far the writing's been very good. The actors has been very good. There's also been a bunch of cameos so far. Henry Cavill, Stephen Fry was very good. Mark Hamill was very good, and even Gwendolyn Christie as Lucifer, that was very cool. I wish I could have seen her more. Hopefully, she appears in the next few episodes, and that will be very. She should appear later as well. There was a few changes. What they're going for they went with Joanna Constantine and not like John Constantine, but that's fine. If they want to go with that Constantine character, I mean, John can still exist in this universe if they want to go that way. But I think with the issues they've had with that show, they just want to distance it like that and just focus on a new version of Constantine, which is fine. There's no problem there. And also, I don't know if there's been any concerns about the character. I mean, I think there was with Death's casting. The Endless can be whatever they want to be, so it doesn't matter what race or gender the characters are anyway. Because even Dream, if they wanted to make Dream a female character, they could have, because the Endless are whatever they want to be. They are without form, really. They only choose forms when they need to interact with humanity at all. So I really think that the show has done a good job adapting the source material. Usually that's not the case. If you look at any anime adaptation of Netflix recently, they've been terrible. I'm really skeptical about this One Piece adaptation. But so far this one has been very good, and I'm hoping that it continues, and I'm hoping that if they do a season 2, which I think they will, I mean, Netflix is just throwing money at anything anyway. So maybe they should throw money at this to keep it, because people will come back to watch this. It's something that people will pay to watch. And they might not even keep this because it's a Warner Brothers property, and HBO Max and Warner Brothers are close. So this might just jump to HBO Max after a while. And it is quite gory, and there is quite a lot of swearing and stuff like that. So it might just move to HBO Max, to be quite honest, after this first season. But yeah, so far really good. My final thoughts for the first season, when I watch the last 2 episodes, will be up later. But yeah, overall I highly recommend the show, and yeah, this is my video for Sandman episode 1 to 8 from Netflix. And yeah, join me for more, guys. Thanks.